Very impressed.
Yeah. Pretty bleak there for a minute. I think like we went like 4 or 5 rounds straight where like we didn't do any significant damage to anything.
Definitely a little bit concerning.
Alrighty, let's begin. Let's do a recap of last session. You guys are currently in East Haven. It's probably the second biggest of the 10 towns, kind of only really paralleled by Brinchanda. Upon arriving at East Haven, you learn that some fishers went missing. They have to drag their boats along the ice of Lac Dinishir to reach the liquid water to go and get in their boats and fish for knucklehead trout, as it is a means for survival for many in the Dale, especially during these tough times, everlasting winter. So you managed to locate the fisher's boat, and you fought off some harpies that were trying to lure you towards these caves. You then entered the caves and made your way up this frozen river, where you'd met Maud Chiselbone. Now, you'd already been warned of her, a hag living in this cave, and a fight erupted as she really was interested in putting people in her cauldron for flavor. When she was quite badly hurt, she had called upon her frost giant skeleton guardian. She was forced to negotiate with you all to preserve her own life. She called off her guardian, and in turn, for sparing her, she has promised a reward, some treasure that supposedly lies at the bottom of Lac Dinishir. There is a story about the White Lady, this woman whose husband took all of his treasure out on a boat with him, and the boat then sunk. His treasure rests now at the bottom of Lac Dinishir. And it turns out that rumor was true, because upon negotiating with Maud and getting this cauldron out of her as well, you'd returned to a location that she had specified on the stroke of midnight, and you'd managed to locate a chest that she promised would be there. Upon opening the chest, you're attacked by these waterlogged and water-bloated undead severed hands, crawling claws that leapt out from the gold, and we ended the session with you guys slaying the crawling claws. We're going to skip over to the next morning now. You've managed to pull this nice hoard of 700 gold pieces out of the chest. We distribute it evenly for 100 gold pieces for all. And we're now at the White Lady Inn in East Haven. The next morning, so everyone should have rested. You guys also gained a bit of experience as well, so you're level 2 now. And we'll just go straight on over to the White Lady. Same way we started the session last week, actually, with you guys waking up. Now, as you awaken, you'll notice that Kelgrath is not here. He has apparently left early. Do you know that he is involved with Reghead Barbarians? So she suspects that maybe that he has some business to attend to with them. Ronaldo's here though. Dendovich is sick. He said that he ate way too much people yesterday, and he has a really sore stomach. And you haven't seen.
Those claws.
What was that? Sorry.
Said he shouldn't have eaten the claws.
Yeah, he rolls over, and this one of the crawling claws falls out on the ground, but there's like very little flesh left on it. It's more of just a skeletal hand. So yeah, he's sick and he can't get out of bed. You haven't seen Winston either, but you're hoping that you'll meet up with him again soon. Maybe he might drop by today. You might see him. Other than that though, you've got this cauldron with you, and you're probably expecting to see Imdra today. In fact, she's told you that she's going to be doing a training drill at the town hall in the morning, and you should come and see her then, and she'll sort out that reward that she had promised you guys. So Ronaldo is kind of up in your guys' business the first thing when you wake up. Oh, I hear you guys had quite an adventure. Was it an adventure or misadventure? Tell me, and I'll add it
adventure we made
to my tenure.
We found a pot. Or a cauldron, I guess you could say.
I see that. Exquisite, I might add. Do you always drag cauldrons around with you? It seems that it's taken up an entire bed of its own. Is it really that special?
Oh, yes. And then Mimi, taps the pot that's on her head.
Very well. I'll take your word for it. It does have some fanciful designs on it. So, what about that seance the other night? How was that? Crazy. I can't believe we made contact with the White Lady. What did you make of the things that she told you? I honestly don't remember. Everything kind of went a bit white for me. And then I came to. I heard that I was speaking, and you all seemed like you had some important business to do, and I was quite tired yesterday morning, so I didn't have time to press you, but I'm here now, and I'm here for the pressing. And Ronaldo starts pressing Eurus with his hand.
Has Juris's eyes calmed down?
Yeah, you guys are all just normal this morning. Any exhaustion that people may have accrued, or any strange things that were happening yesterday, that's a thing of the past. Eurus is looking fine. It's cold, as per usual. So, tell me, what did I say? You guys will recall what the White Lady told you all. You can refer to the quest folder for rumors and things like that.
So you did tell us, or she told us, you said something about a devil-worshipping cult?
Devil-worshipping cult! That's my favorite kind of cult! Not that I like devils, but, if you had to pick a type of cult, I would pick devil-worshipping. Not because I like devils or anything, or I worship them, but it's just kind of cool, I've read this book about devils, actually.
At the mention of cult, Varys becomes visibly upset and starts mumbling to himself and starts, looking around.
Varys, you look visibly upset. You're mumbling to yourself. Why are you looking around?
What? No.
Are you hungry? They have meat chunks,
Yes, cheese. I was looking forward to a cheese chunk this morning. I should go check on that. Varys starts walking out of the room.
I hear Dendovich kind of coughing and reeling a little bit, but you're feeling great this morning when you wake up, Varys.
Oh, hey. All right, 1 out of 3.
So, devil cults? What about them? Tell me more. This is interesting.
Well, I guess they're in Caer Dineval.
Oh! Good. I hope they all cult themselves to death.
You're a bard, aren't you?
Oh, well, I prefer the term troubadour, but yes, bard, you can call me that.
Sorry, storyteller, minstrel, troubadour.
Yes.
I was wondering if maybe you had heard anything about the cult now that you've said the words.
I don't know. Well, I know of cults, but far removed from our depressing and least idyllic lifestyles here in Icewind Dale. I just read some expose about some devil-worshipping cults in Waterdeep and in Baldur's Gate. You know, those big city places. Streets full of evil, I'm sure. You know, we might sacrifice people here, but we do it as a community, for the greater good. Those people, they're only in it for themselves. They don't care about who they worship or sacrifice. As long as it gives them power. That is the difference between them and us.
If you say so.
So
I mean, he's gonna start dragging this cauldron out of the room.
Wait!
Bigger than she is.
Ronaldo is going to try and jump in it.
I don't think she's strong enough to carry it if he's in it.
He jumps in and grabs onto the edges of the cauldron, pokes his head out. Don't leave me!
Hey, out of there, that's my ride.
Oh, I bathed! Come on, I'm not that heavy. I'm barely 40 pounds. On a good day.
You should respect your elders.
Oh,
Out of the pot.
yes, ma'am. If you insist. My own grandma used to tell me it's good luck to jump in a cauldron on every 14th day of the month before noon.
Maybe he's gonna jump in the cauldron.
Hey, that's no fair. Well, I guess it is a sign of good luck. So, he taps on the side of the pot using the ladle. Ting, ting, ting. Ma'am, what else did I say? Surely I didn't bore you about devil worshipping cults all night.
One moment.
Do you need to think in your mind, in your brain?
Yes.
Yes.
I have some
I too
with
think
memories,
in my brain.
you see. You also told us that there are some dwarven folk that are invisible.
Oh,
and
they're everywhere. Wait, visible?
stalking the street. Yes.
Invisible?
And that their intentions are not good. And that they hide in the ferry.
Grey-skinned dwarves? But... You mean Durga? Up here? Huh. I think I might have had a little bit too much ale, or perhaps an off bit of cheese hunk. This is, the surface. There are no grey dwarves among us. I think I was talking a bunch of nonsense. Devil-worshipping cults, grey-skinned dwarves, stalking invisibly among us. A load of pollywaffle, if you ask me. Pollywaffle, pollywaffle. Oh, I've lost the song. Perhaps you can help me out?
A pollywaffle? Jolly waffle?
Yes! Pollywaffle, 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 jolly waffle. Exactly. You get me. So, it's quite evident that everything I told you was a bunch of nonsense. Not true, not in the least. A bunch of mismatched, ill-guided... spout. Come out of my tout. I'm hungry. Care for some knucklehead trout?
Sure. I could go for some trout.
Alright, can you make this thing fly or something?
Mimi will look over at Ash.
I can't.
Could you carry me
You
in the
know,
pot?
this is just bizarre. I think maybe I dreamed it, but some of the other patrons were mentioning something about some sort of magic cauldron hidden in some frozen lakeside caves that they may or may not have seen inscribed on the window during the seance. But you didn't see that, did you? Because that looks like the sort of magic cauldron that would be hidden in some frozen lakeside caves.
Guarded by a hag, yes.
Knows too much.
Guarded by a... Wait. You're being serious. What I wrote on the windowsill came true?
So far.
Wait. So I told you about this magic cauldron in some frozen lakeside caves. And it came true. But that means I'm going to go ask for wealth and fortune! And he storms out of the room to go to the seance room.
The 2d20s, just by the way, Seb, that I rolled in Roll20 are my portent die.
Okay. Ronaldo runs off excitedly, believing that if he writes things on the windowsill, they will come true. Not really getting the connection between the premonition of the cauldron being real and perhaps alluding to the other two things.
Was Ronaldo the one who told us about the white lady?
Yeah, he's the one that told you guys the story when you first arrived at the White Lady Inn.
Okay. Alright, when Ronaldo walks out of the room, he sees Varys knelt down in the corner, praying and rubbing his holy symbol, mumbling to himself still.
This cauldron can be transported by dragging it around. It does weigh quite a bit. I think it's 50 pounds. So it might take a couple of people to drag it along with you. It's very cumbersome and it'll slow you down as you're moving with it. Everywhere will take twice as long to go. Unless you can easily carry 50 pounds on top of all of your gear.
It's also got a gnome in it.
Okay, add on Mimi's weight to it as well.
Gnome plus gear.
I can try it and drag it around, kind of pushing it in front of me as we move along.
I add 72 pounds to the cauldron.
What's your strength? Oh, you've got good strength, Ash. So you should be able to handle that fairly well. 240 pounds. I think you might need to remove Mimi.
You're just a little bit heavy there, dear. Could you get out?
She squints unappreciatively at Ash.
Are you calling me fat, boy?
No, I'm just saying you weigh... you're harder to pick up than the cauldron.
Glaring the entire time.
You hear a bit of ruckus coming from the main tap room of the White Lady Inn. What do you mean, no mead? What? No meat? That's even worse! I come here for meat chunks! I'm hungry! And a couple of angry 10-towners storm out. of the White Lady, bumping shoulders with anyone who gets in their way.
Alright, as Varys sees his party leave the room, minus Dendovich, he'll finish his prayer and follow them out. Are we dragging the pot?
Oh yes.
Did
I'll give
we want?
Ash control to move the pot around.
Okay.
Did we want to try and sell the pot to the tavern owner, or did we want to try and give it to like the town leader people?
I mean, I would think the town leader would make a lot more sense. But we could, I don't know. So we could start with the tavern guy.
Yeah, I would think potentially trying to do some kind of good setup for the town with some kind of structure. So trying to find the leader.
Well, yeah, I mean, because if we sell it to the tavern guy, like, or donate it or whatever we were going to do, like, he's going to make a profit off it, most likely. Where I think if we're just trying to help the town, the town probably A, has more money, and B, would, actually distribute to their citizens for free, I would think.
That's true.
I would hope so.
I think the tavern would just exploit it, whereas,
Bardaben is here, just shaking his head. And he looks over at you guys. What's with that big cauldron? If you're all looking for some sort of cook-up, I'm afraid you're out of luck. The larder is empty. And the meat to boot.
the meat or the mead?
Doesn't matter. Both. Damn it. I've
What
just
about
checked the cellar.
Cheese hunk.
Got a few cheese hunks to get by, but
Excellent.
we usually have some trappers come in from good meat. Drop off some elk meat, some fox, some rabbit. He shakes his head. Nothing. No mead. I thought we were supposed to be helping each other out during these times. I swear if I found out that they've gone on through and have been outbid by some of them inbreds in Caer Dinevel or Caer Konig. Ah! Slams his fist on the bar. What's with the pot then? Seen you dragging it around yesterday.
Kind of look towards the group there with the question in my eyes of, are we going to tell them anything?
Maybe it's just going to shrug.
Well, we found it out in the cold, and we're trying to return it to the town hall.
Turn it.
Turn it in, return it, one of the two, something. I don't know, we found it.
He just shakes his head. Well, I ain't got time to listen to this nonsense. You gonna pay your tab for last night or what?
What's the tab?
He rummages around in some notes. Well, price has gone up, starting from now, he says. And he charges you guys a premium for the rooms. 8 silver per head. 56 silver.
For a shared room?
As I said, prices have gone up, starting immediately.
Well, if they started immediately, would they not come into effect until the next time we stay?
Make a persuasion check, Varus.
Damn it! Come on, bro. Aw.
Listen here. I ain't got no business now. I got no mead. I got no meat. And ever since that crazy little halfling did that seance, it's had the patrons spooked. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You're gonna have to pay.
Maybe I'll go up and hand him 8 silver.
He takes the 8 silver and he looks at you. And? What about the other one? The sick one? And that other shady folk that keeps on coming and going at all hours of the night? And that barbarian that wandered off? Who's gonna pay for them? They didn't pay.
I'm sure that they will come back and pay their own tabs. We are all individual people, after all.
Well, considering Dendovich is in there with a sick stomach from all the cannibalism, I'm gonna offer to pay for Dendovich and myself. I'll give him a gold and 6 silver.
He takes it and then he looks at it. Listen, that's more than enough for all of you. Times are troubling, you know. I don't know what we're to do. The nights, they grow longer, and the days, they grow colder. You're them ones that went to look for them fishes, right?
Hey.
What happened with that? Did you find them? They used to come in here and sell me knucklehead trout, and I nearly got any of that as well. I just got a little bit of the smoked stuff, a little bit of the dried stuff.
I believe they were killed by a hag.
Ah! He throws his arms up in protest. What do you want from us, Oral? What do we need to do to appease you? I'll give my own life if you end this never-ending winter now! And then he just kind of collapses onto the bar.
Probably go.
He seems distraught.
We can offer to go fishing for him. But I don't think that will help long term.
I was having a good day until you talked to me! Points at you, Varus.
Were you, though?
That's a lie.
You made everything worse somehow! Just by looking at you! Ah!
Well, I'm sorry.
We generally have that effect on people.
Alrighty. Do you guys want to head over to the town hall, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, it's a brisk day in East Haven, to say the least. It's also pitch black outside. You've got some foggy lanterns, waypoints on the corners of streets, soft glow from the interiors of buildings to guide your steps. It's probably about 9 a.m.-ish, if you had to call it a time, and it's still completely dark outside. You've done all your preparations, prepared spells or whatever else you need to do for the day, and you stare out to the frozen ferry as well as you're exiting the inn. You can just kind of see the silhouettes of some buildings and some ships, ferries, small boats, and The streets are just completely empty, and it's far too cold for people to just stand around. Most of the time, you'll only find people inside of buildings. Anyway, it's a quick walk up to the town hall.
And as we're walking around town, I'll have the lantern that we got lit.
Okay.
Look for.
Alright, still no twingers. Light the lantern, but the flame does not turn green.
Damn, I had a good feeling this time.
Someday.
You arrive at the East Haven Town Hall. It is pitch black. Outside, as in for some reason no one has any vision of what's going on here. Let me see what's happening.
Say it really is pitch black.
Yeah.
Which is very odd because I have 300 feet of dark vision.
Okay, everyone's using dark vision. Oh, actually, I think it's still set to 300. Oh no, it's not. Everyone here actually has dark vision, right?
Yes.
Let me
Yeah, Jairus does.
I need to.
Yeah. You're no vision? Just normal vision, Jairus?
Yeah, I can produce flame though.
Okay. Use a produce flame to give yourself a guiding light. There we go. I think everyone else should be fine. Cool. Alright, so you're at the town hall. It's a multi-story building, 3 stories high. And it's dark. You can see a couple of windows, not on the ground floor, but on the first floor above you. And there's no light coming in through those buildings. The doors are closed. There's just a set of sturdy-looking wooden doors. This town hall is a place where you would renew licenses, pay fines, settle petty claims, file complaints, and where people would gather to discuss important issues. You can vaguely make out the flag of East Haven fluttering atop the cupola on the town hall's steeply pitched roof. It's a wattle and door building. So, nice heavy wooden door here, and they're actually ajar, and you can hear the grunting sounds of combat. Sounds like people are exchanging blows, metal on metal ringing, and people breathing heavily as they grunt.
Real quick question. Is Jairus back in his winter clothing?
Yes.
So okay, can we tell anything other than the sounds of combat? Like, does it sound like a ton of people or just like a duel?
Sounds like a small skirmish.
And this is where we were told to meet her, right?
Yes. At the town hall.
Alright, I will barge right in.
You swing the doors open and you arrive at the reception hall. So it's you're inside the building now. It's decorated with oil painting depicting life in East Haven. There are some of the town's militia women. They're training. They're being overseen by Imdra. 4 women. They look tough, and they have long swords, shields, and they wear leather armor. They're doing some sort of training drill, matched up in pairs of 2 at Imdra's instruction. And as you guys enter, they stop. Imdra looks over at them. Okay, that's good for now. You can take a break. They nod at her. They look towards you and the 4 gruff-looking militia women. They head out through a door set into the southeastern wall. Imdra's got a lantern just set at her feet. One of them grabs a torch on their way through. You take a look around this room. Indra's standing here. She's got a longsword blade pointed to the ground, and she seems to be quite relaxed. You notice a large painting of the town of East Haven on the north wall. And then mounted on the south wall, there is a 5-foot-long stuffed knucklehead trout. There's a wooden plaque beneath it with an engraved copper plate. It reads, in common, Big Knuck, caught by East Haven fishers during the summer 1479 DR, a couple of decades ago. There's also like a slender oil painting of fishing boats on Lac d'Initia. Imdra is here, and she says, you're back. I heard you had success in your exploits yesterday. So tell me, how did it go? Can you keep it short though, please? I have business to do today.
The fisherman got eaten by a hag, and we thought that you may be interested in buying this magic cauldron for the town.
Whoa, wait, what? Magic cauldron? Hag? What do you mean?
Well, you said to keep it short.
You're right. I have to go. And then Imdra points towards the southeastern door. You can speak to the administrator, Gladys. Please give her a full report on the going-ons. I'll come and drop by and receive the report from her later. I must go.
I say, and what about the scroll in the bag?
After you get the report, I'll assess it to make sure that your reward is warranted, and Gladys will organize that. Don't worry. You'll receive your reward in due time.
Alright. I nod and start heading towards the door.
She heads off. She seems quite busy. Alright, you enter this room, and there's some rows of desks, filing cabinets, a few overstuffed lounge chairs, small glass coffee table that's completely coated in ice, and the room's just whoops, the wall's apparently disappearing. The room's just illuminated by a lantern, and there is this woman sitting behind the desk. Hello there, she says. Welcome to the Town Hall of East Haven. What can I do for you?
Imdra sent us to give you our report on the missing fisherman.
Hold on now. Imdra sent you. 1 second. And she grabs a piece of parchment. She grabs an ink pot and a quill. Start again. She dips the quill into the ink and looks up at you. She's got some spectacles on. She's a little old lady. At first you think she's a gnome, and then you realize she's just a little old human lady. Seems to be in her late 60s. She's got graying hair. She's all bundled up in cold weather clothing. She's got some little knickknacks on her desk. Kind of very homely in here for her.
So maybe I'll step forward, see a kindred elder soul, and she's going to recount the adventure that they went on in too much detail. Like, I don't know if you've had a grandparent that has gone on about stories from their youth. Kind of that, where she kind of goes through every little thing, including like, well, and then during combat, there was a fog cloud that went down between us and the hag, and well, I was doing marvelous things with spells, and then Waldo was distracting her, and
Oh, combat! Whoa! You are quite the adventurer. I aspire to be like you. Whoa-wee. You're quite adventurous indeed. So give her a recount of what happened. Alright. An hour later. Alright. So, the fishermen are all dead, deceased, and Imdra has promised you some holdings of the evil wizard. I do believe that they are kept upstairs in the storage spaces, for evidence. But if Imdra said they are to be released to you, they are to be released to you. Of course, I would need to get the consent of Speaker Wayland first, so you would not be able to receive your reward until later today, I'm afraid. Paperwork, due processing, all of that stuff. Now, I must inquire about this Cauldron. This is not really my place as an administrator to ask these kinds of questions, but did you say that the Cauldron can create enough food for 100 people per day?
was it 100 or was it 4?
Roughly 100.
Okay, I was thinking it was 4 for some reason. I was like, 100? Huh.
Yeah, well, it can create the stew 3 times a day, but apparently it's enough for 100 people.
So it can hold 30 gallons of liquid 3 times per day. So that's 4 people per gallon. So that's what, 120 people?
Okay. I just read the 4 people per gallon part. Or if the 4 people part, I guess, and then my
Yeah, you could fit 4 people in
cut
there.
off.
You could definitely fit 4 people in there. You've seen it done.
I mean,
It's 4 gnomes.
chopped up a little bit.
Tell her about the cauldron. We were actually looking to maybe see if we could, exchange it to the sound for some compensation.
Oh, so you're looking to sell the Cauldron? I can't speak for the speaker because he's the speaker, and if I spoke for him, then I'd be the speaker. But I'll be sure to pass the word on to him, dears. Would you like an appointment with him?
Yes.
Very well, dear. I'll tell you what. I'll organize an appointment for you all for Speaker Wayland this afternoon. You can come and speak to him about your cauldron-y thing, and you can come and claim your reward at the same time. Now listen, I won't be here. I'm going to go see my grandchildren this afternoon, but there is another clerk. She's very good. She's worked here for several years. Her name is Prudence. She'll be here. I'll tell her everything. She'll pass you on to the speaker when you arrive.
Gladys and Prudence.
That sounds wonderful, dear. What are your grandchildren's names?
Oh, well, there's Hethel. There's Merkel. There's... And she goes on with a list of 12 names.
Unless the party stops it, Mimi is also going to be sharing information about her grandchildren.
She's just named 1/10 of the entire town's population. And then that's only my family here in East Haven. I've got a family in Goodmead as well, and a few in Brinchanda. And they just keep on going on, Gladys and Mimi, for another hour, and probably they'll keep going on until they're stopped.
Not to interrupt you guys. Sorry, Mimi and Gladys. And I'll kind of turn to the party, not like super hushed, but still a little bit. Should we try and leave the cauldron here? Or do we bring it with us and come back this afternoon? What are we doing?
Well, there are some storage spaces rented out if you like. We only have 2 of the 6 currently in use. I guess for all of what you've done for East Haven already, locating, risking your lives for those missing fishes, I'm sure the speaker wouldn't mind if you kept it there for a few hours. Of course, on the house, complimentary, no fees incurred. I could have some of the guards haul it up there.
Can I tell if she's being sincere about that?
Make an insight check.
Thank you. I so wanted to do that, but maybe wouldn't.
Yeah, you think Gladys, she wouldn't harm a fly. She's just a very sweet old lady. There's nothing sinister about her.
Not gonna steal our pot.
I think it would be a good idea to leave it in storage. Do you know, Gladys, what the rules are for the old ferry? Will we get in trouble if we poke around about on it?
Oh, I'm afraid you're all out of luck, dear. The East Haven ferry, it's no longer in use. In fact, it's been keeping me busy. The amount of complaints I've got about the ferry not being active, and all the trades from the care towns and the fishers, and I'll never hear the end of it. It's all frozen up, dear. I'm afraid you'll have to take one of the roads if you're heading north. But why would you want to go north anyway?
We didn't want to travel on it. We've come across a rumor that there might be some ne'er-do-wells hiding on the ferry. So we were thinking about going and investigating.
Ah. Vagrants, you say? Ah. They must be quite desperate if they're looking for the ferry for warmth in these cold times. I don't think there would be any harm come about if you were to happen to investigate, but I think you should probably consult Imdra first. If anyone knows the laws, it's her.
She rushed out,
my dear. She goes over to a filing cabinet. Opens the filing cabinet up. Humming to herself. She flicks through some papers. It looks like the captain is on duty to hand out raffle tickets today. I'm not sure exactly the process that she uses. She's got over 100 houses to go door knocking on today. I could point you in a rough direction where you might run into her. With a bit of searching, I'm sure you could locate her, dears.
Maybe I'll look to her companions.
There's nods.
Yeah, if it's best to talk to her first, seems like a good place to go.
Like a plan to me.
If you could point us in her direction, yes, that would be helpful.
Of course, dears. And she gives you like the addresses, not the addresses, but the address numbers of the houses that she's to door knock at today. So you've got it narrowed down to like 100 houses. Just push that cauldron in the corner, and I'll have the guards take it up to the storage area in a bit when they come back from their break. Thank you, dear. Oh, you're a sweet one. Oh, muscular as well. Handsome. I like those horns. I could sure use a strong man like you around the house.
Anyway, are we leaving?
I asked Gladys if she has any record of when the Torgs were last in East Haven, or if she knows when they're going to be back.
The Torgs. Oh yes, the trading. They do need to actually register here every time they're in town to pay taxes. Let me just see. She goes through some more paperwork. At this stage, there's actually a bit of twilight starting to sprinkle in through the windows, which dimly illuminates everything.
Oh, good. We killed enough time to not be in the freezing cold.
And, Gladys takes a look. I'm afraid they haven't been here for at least 7 days. From what I understand, they travel from town to town. I don't really know much about their operations, to tell you the truth. We don't keep track of where they go next.
Does that 7-day thing line up at all with the murder?
The murder happened in a few different towns, but yeah, it all happened within a few days ago.
Right, the East Haven was the halfling trapper, right?
Yeah. Gladys says, you know what, dear? You should speak to Scython. He's quite the rumour monger, I hear. He usually hangs out at the Wet Trout. He's a regular there. He owns a small house a few blocks away. And, in fact, you know what? He's one of the owners and operators of the ferry. I'm sure you could ask him permission to board the ferry. Very talkative. If anyone will know where Torgs is, it'll be Scython.
Psychon?
Scython!
Oh, good, excellent.
He's also very handsome. And then looks at Ash again.
Oh, look, something on the floor.
Well, good luck, dears, and if I don't see you later, I'll see you all again.
Yeah, see, well, you won't be here next time we come back, but nice meeting. Did she ever tell us her name?
Gladys. Oh, I've seen you a lot at the White Lady.
Yes, you must have been one of the many people that all look the same.
If you see us there again, feel free to come say hi. I would love to chat some more.
I shall do that. It was nice speaking to you, Mimi. We should have tea next week.
We should, if I'm still in town. We do have a bit of traveling here and there.
Sacrificial tea, she says. You know, to appease Oral.
Is that like Kool-Aid?
It's where we don't actually drink the tea.
Oh.
We just tip it out.
We could do that.
In the name of
If you
Oral.
wanted to.
Okay, dear.
Brew tea and then pour it on the ground.
It's better than where mine went, which was poisoned tea that they both drink as part of some freaky cult.
Alright.
Alright, so she said meet back in a few hours, and it was Prudence, right?
Later today, this afternoon, you could come back here and she'll put through some paperwork. You have an appointment with the speaker. Alright, you guys can exit.
It sounds like we're going to see Siphon.
Yeah, I was actually going to recommend the wet trout because I think when we first arrived here, I don't know if someone told us or maybe it was just part of the handout that the wet trout was good for rumors and finding work.
Okay, so
We
you guys
could,
are at the town hall. You've got the East Haven ferry down here. Wet Trout's on the other side of town. And if you're looking for Imdra, then you've got it narrowed down to basically, you know, this section of town.
Easy.
I think we don't have to talk to her anymore, though, since Siphon can give us permission to get on the ferry.
Sure.
I will always be lighting the lamp if we're walking around town, though, to make sure we're looking for the thingies.
Yep. Let's go ahead and head over.
Okay. Guys, head on over to the Wet Trout. It's a very popular tavern, located near the docks, and it's way busier than the White Lady Inn. It's just a tavern though, there's no rooms here. It's a place to drink and carouse. So, it's known for its ribald atmosphere, rumour mongering. As you enter, there's a great chimney squarely in the building's centre. It has hearths on either side to warm the tavern's common rooms. It's nice and warm in here, and there are about 50 patrons at least, all bundled in together out of the cold. So the owner is Nymetra Miskin. She's a gold dragonborn. She is quite crusty, full of complaints. She's the one that you speak to when you enter.
What's that? You're looking for Scython? Yeah. What's he got into now? He's always getting into some sort of trouble, sending adventures here and there. Did you say your prayers to Oral before you entered?
Nymetra screams at you guys from behind the bar.
Yes?
Always.
If you didn't, then make a deception check.
I mean, Varys definitely would be. So.
Good. And I got a rule here as well. First drink, you always pour out for Oral. Got that? So, 2 drinks for all of you?
None for me. We're here to talk to Scython.
Oh, if you're coming in here, you're drinking.
We don't have a choice.
We all have to make sacrifices. You know, they burned that evil wizard at the stake the other day, but they weren't chosen from no raffle. They were saying that that wizard could be the sacrifice. But if you ask me, that's not enough. There should be an actual sacrifice. You know, ones that go and get that raffle ticket and get their name pulled. Oral, she's not gonna stop until she gets what she wants. If we don't do something, if we don't show her the respect she deserves, then we're all gonna freeze to death in this hell. Why, I heard anyone who tries to escape the raffle gets their head cut off, thrown into the lake.
I'd say, and are you a part of the raffle too?
Of course I am. I'm not scared. I've seen worse things blow over in these towns. This is just a test of 10 Town's mettle. The weak will perish, and the strong will survive. What side are you on?
I am on the side of figuring out what is going on and putting a stop to it.
I told ya! It's Oral! She's testing us! We just gotta go along with her, do what she wants, and all will be well. Give her some time. Now, about them drinks.
Alright, I'll order 2 drinks.
She charges
So do
you
you have-
guys
Ask if she has mead.
2 silver pieces for all of your drinks. Drinks are fairly cheap, considering you have to buy 2 each. So
Is it mead or something else?
it's ale, it's not mead.
Ale, okay. I don't
So-
know. Maybe they're getting the missing shipments.
Why don't you guys cross off the 2 silver pieces for the drinks?
I can pay for it.
Once you've got your drinks,
Looking for Scython then, are ya? Yeah. Over there.
and points to this water ganassi, who's surrounded by 3 or 4 other 10 towners, and they're bunched up near the hearth. And you can actually take off your cold weather clothing in here. It's almost stifling, which is kind of nice change. And with these roaring hearths.
What kind of race did you say Scython is?
Water ganassi.
Oh, water ganassi. Okay. And would I think he's handsome?
Yes. He looks very charismatic, very handsome, and quite muscular. Can tell that he's definitely quite rakish. Seems to be very popular. Yeah, he's having a good laugh with some other patrons there. Sound like some sort of story.
As soon as Mimi gets her drinks, she's gonna dump one out on the floor.
Demetra says, "Hey, what are you doing? There's a bucket over there in the corner." Points to the corner. There's like, you can't really see it because there's so many people in the way, but there is a bucket and there's a wooden sign hanging above it. It says "Sacrifice Bucket."
Ah, damn, not again.
She grabs the mop
A waste of good ale.
and she mops it up. You question what she does with the ale once she takes it behind the bar. She drains the
Question
mop,
what she
squeezes
does with the
mop.
L in the sacrifice bucket.
Yeah, I'll make my way over to the bucket and dump one out as I sip the other one. I
Okay.
try to start to make eye contact with Scython.
A couple more patrons, they also enter and they do the same thing. They grab 2 drinks, they go over, they pour one out for Oral, and then they join the reveling. Alright, some fishers come in, and some loggers and some trappers, just like on their breaks or whatnot. And yeah, it's pretty busy, even though it's like kind of midday. And Scython, he turns and he notices you guys. Ah! The adventurers that slayed a hag. There they are. Told you, it's more than just a rumor. In the flesh. And you guys kind of push into the circle that are crowded around Scython. And people are like nodding, and a couple of people are trying to like shake your hands and stuff. You did good. Showing them hags who's boss. From what I heard, that they fought off some harpies too. And they give you guys a pat on the back.
I asked Scython where he heard that from.
Why, I'm very knowledgeable. And word travels quick in the 10 towns, my friend. Some of the fishers spied you all in your exploits yesterday.
Ah, yes, the fishers. We saw them, I believe.
So,
They also,
what brings you to me? Scython, Pleased to meet you all. I'm at your service, noble adventurers. What can I do for you?
Gladys over in the town hall said we could find a very handsome man that might be able to tell us some more information about the Torgs.
Torgs, you say? That unscrupulous trading operation.
Hey, we're looking for them. Any idea where they might be?
Oh, is that all? Where they might be? I might be able to get that information for you. Is there something in it for me? I wonder.
Bugaville?
Bugaville!
Well, you know what? I'm sold. That's enough for me. In fact, I was just going to tell you anyway. If I could get an ale out of it, even better.
Maybe you'll hand him a ale.
Yeah, he takes it and he drinks it. It's very strong ale. It's very foamy. It's got like white foam mustache. So, puts you guys are just kind of standing in the corner. There's some like tall wooden circular tables. It's like bar tables. He puts the mug down. There's just mugs everywhere. The place really reeks quite strong of ale. Torgs. They move around, you know. Different location every couple of days. But, you know, East Haven is a popular locale. We get visitors from the other towns to do trade and other things like that. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head where Torgs is, but I could possibly get that information for you. I mean, if I mingle a bit. But may I ask what you want with Torgs?
I look at my companions.
It's just following up on a rumor.
Rumor? Oh, he rubs his hands together. This sounds tasty. What sort of rumor are we talking about?
Is anybody stopping me from talking?
Well, what are you gonna say? I might stop you in the middle of it.
So the first words out of her mouth are, "Well, we've heard they might be connected to."
Connected to?
Yeah, go ahead.
The murders that have been happening around the sacrificial days. The people who tried to escape.
Oh, spicy, juicy, but I'm not sure I'm so inclined to help you catch that killer. These are people that are escaping the raffle. They deserve this fate. It's only fair. I mean, it was meant to be anyway. Why should they endanger everyone else by trying to escape Oral's wrath? She will bear down on us. Listen, you don't need to worry about that. If you're looking for adventure, in Tourmaline, right? Speaker Matthew has closed one of the town's lucrative gem mines. Apparently, a gang of kobolds crept into the mine and endangered some miners. Anyone who clears out the mine can expect to be well compensated. I mean, doesn't that sound something more up your alley? Clear out a few kobolds, well compensated. They have many gemstones. And starts just going on with all these other rumors.
We've also heard a different rumor, and one that may be of interest to you. It has come to our attention that there might be some grey dwarfs that have taken up residence in your ferry.
What? In my ferry?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Have you been there recently?
I mean, no. Why would I have? The ferry is frozen. The lake is ice. I can't get a killboat through. There's no cargo trade between Caer Dineval, Caer Konig, and East Haven. The boat is trapped in ice. Why would anyone want anything to do with the ferry? Not until the ice thaws, at least. If it thaws.
Is there anything of interest on it?
Well, no. I mean, I keep the door to the aft cabin locked. And, there's just a couple of charts and things, no valuables.
If they know no one's using it, all the more reason they might hide there.
Sounds like a good place to hide out, yeah.
Well, listen. You seem to be adventurers that have your wits about yourselves, so he reaches into his pocket and he produces a key. Be my guest. You can go and check it out. And that way we can all sleep at night. He holds out the key.
We do find some grey dwarves there, and we take care of them for you. Would you be willing to give us information about Torgs?
He snatches the key back. You don't need to worry about Torgs. As I said, these are people that deserve to die anyway. Sacrifices for Oral. None shall escape her. If you really want to help people, why don't you help good, honest people? Listen, in Targos, a band of adventurers, they went up to Kelvin's Cairn. I think it was a couple of days ago. They went up for an expedition, hoping to find Oyam Inatrok, a lycanthrope, Goliath, who can transform into a polar bear. In fact, they might even not have left yet. If you hurry, you might be able to join their expedition. Why don't you help those people instead? Good, honest people. Expeditious people.
We're not necessarily looking to stop the Torgs. We just wanted to talk to them.
I mean, you could talk to Torgs. Or you could go to Duggan's Hole. You see, in Duggan's Hole, the people there, they live in fear of winter wolves that haunt the outskirts of town. As big as horses they are, and smarter than normal wolves. Now, if that doesn't get you interested, I don't know what will.
This is amazing. He's gonna keep telling us different quests. That's amazing.
Oh,
My memory
that's
is-
not the quest. You should just have the rumor. Disregard that one. Let me give you guys the actual rumor instead. Oh, yes, I'm giving you the quest instead of the rumors. So there's the rumor about Duggan's Hole, and there's one about Tourmaline, and there's one about Targos.
Great. I say we'll check out the ferry for you. But before we go, have you heard anything else we might be interested in?
That's it for today. Listen, as an act of good faith, and you do have me a little bit worried now, you go check out the ferry, and then when you come back, I'll do a bit of asking around. I'll find out where Torgs is for you.
Alright, give him a grunt and a nod. Take the key.
That would be appreciated. My memory doesn't serve me quite right. There's been a lot of talking, and I'll kind of scratch my head over the past few days. These people who are supposed to... who have won the lottery, but then escaped it, do they count as the sacrifice?
Well, I mean, that's up for debate. They were trying to, Imdra and the Speaker Wayland. They were trying to just do a bit of a package deal with that one, but that's not how it should work. Just because they catch an evil wizard, I mean, doesn't mean that they should be the sacrifice. We need to sacrifice someone for Oral from the good of our hearts.
So, and he feels like he has something, but,
You know, that way she knows we're sincere. But, that wizard definitely deserved it as well. Killed a bunch of hapless adventurers for no good reason. Murdered them in cold blood. We're keeping the bonfire lit for a full 10-day in honor of them.
Do you think that if this individual who is murdering those trying to escape the sacrifice, if murdering the wizard doesn't count, then do you think that somebody else murdering these other people would also count? Or not?
Well, I do believe that's just, yes. Obviously, whoever's doing this is one of Oral's servants. She sent them to claim what is hers. She is the god of winter's wrath. We have done something to anger her. She is a god, more powerful than us. If we don't try to appease her, what else will we do?
I'm not saying not to try and appease her necessarily, but maybe the people who are being sacrificed have to want to be sacrificed in order for her to take notice.
I don't question Oral's ways or will, but you might be onto something. Perhaps we should sacrifice more people just to be safe.
That is not what I was saying either.
Good idea, Mimi.
Whoops.
Nemetra says,
Amen to that!
Jurgle would be pleased.
I was more thinking maybe this individual killing others might be taking away the sacrifice. Had they been allowed to escape town, they would have maybe died in the wilderness and naturally met their fate, taken by Oral herself.
I really can't speak for that, but interesting theory.
That's why we have to investigate, you see. Make sure this individual really has been blessed by Oral.
Of course, you do what you need to do. One way or another, Oral will get what she wants.
So you agree that we should investigate and...
I
We'll be
don't
happy to gather this
agree or
information.
disagree. I do think this murder is not the criminal that some are making them out to be. It's not like they're just murdering in cold blood. They're more of a bounty hunter, from my point of view, but
Well, if we believed he was a criminal, we'd probably go to the authorities.
well, you won't find Torgs here anyway, and I'm not going to take any part of the capture of this wanted murderer. But I'll be happy to find out where Torgs is for you.
Thank you.
Yep, good enough.
Shall we head
Let's-
somewhere
yes,
else?
We're running out of. Let's head to the. Let's head to the ferry.
Alright, ferry's right there, by the way.
Oh, is it? All right.
perfect. As
Sweet.
we're kind of heading out, Seb, can I kind of give them both Scython and Nimetra a look, kind of like a glance over both of them, and how frequently have we seen Dragonborn and Ganassi kind of in this area?
They're the only ones that you've seen. As you guys are exiting, a 10-towner bumps into you, Varys, and you notice that they grab your coin pouch.
I was about to say, I immediately check my stuff.
Yeah, they bump into you and snatch your coin pouch, and you notice it straight away, and they're in cold weather clothing. You catch them and they hold it up and give it back to you and say, well played, well paid, friend. And then they just like start walking off.
And that's legal here, right?
Yes, it's not a crime to pickpocket.
Best law ever.
So he doesn't think anything of it, but if you do, then that's a different story.
I just grumble to myself about this backward ass law and go on about my day.
2 ales, he says. And holds up 2 fingers. In a minute.
Check for my coin purse after he passes.
Alright, you check yours, Mimi, and you've got all your coins in there. Alright, you've got a lot of twilight trickling down on East Haven. Some nice artwork of East Haven as well, with the ferry and whatnot. The Aurora of Oral.
Is this green floaty thing a Twinga?
That's just a little bit of the Aurora.
Touching down.
A little bit of
Alright, so
residual light. It's just the marker I use for light, for the dim light. So yeah, the lake is completely frozen, and there is a small building near the ferry. The ferry is a keel boat. It's trapped in the ice, and there is a wooden dock that can be used to access it. Or I guess you could just walk on the ice if you want. There are some town folk here with a massive pile of cut wood, and they're just feeding it. They're keeping the bonfire going. This fisher who comes by as well. This is the person that lent you the boat. You've taken the boats back. They wave to you all.
Oh, is that the guy we got the fish or the boats from?
Yeah. They just wave and thank you again for what you've done. May those poor souls rest in peace.
I keep a 6-foot distance.
Rest in peace.
Hey! Hey now.
Respect personal space.
I prefer to social distance in this pickpocketing town.
Alright, so you told them that you didn't kill the hag as well, right? You told Gladys?
Yeah, I would have told Gladys that the hag wasn't
Right.
killed.
You're noticing that everyone just presumes that you killed the hag. That seems to be the presumption. The only person you've told that so far that you haven't killed the hag is Gladys.
Right, yeah, I was wondering about if that's a good idea to tell people.
So, yeah, obviously, that's
Maybe
going
he
to
was
go
oversharing.
in the report. Alright, so yeah, you've got a small building here. It's completely frozen. It looks like the doors are boarded up. This will probably be a warehouse. There's a wooden boardwalk leading around to the ferry.
Mimi's gonna cast Mage Armor on herself. After a while. It takes a while digging in the component pouch before she casts it, but eventually it happens.
Okay, some spectral pots and pans start flying around you, making a clanging sound. Let me give you the Mage Armor icon as well. There we go. Alright, so yeah. The ferry is a kill boat. When the lake isn't frozen, it would transport people and cargo to the towns of Caer Dineval and Caer Konig for a modest fee. But the boat and much of East Haven's harbour is trapped in ice, and it's basically been declared that the ferry service must cease until the ice thaws. And given Aurel's temperament, it seems unlikely to happen soon. So
I would like to check for any signs of like tracks or that that anyone has come through here lately.
Alright, you can spend a little bit of time making a survival check to look for tracks. Takes you 2 minutes. There's a lot of snow on the docks. Alright, you find tracks on the dock. Very, very easy, in fact. And there are 4 different sets of dwarf-sized boot prints leading to and from the ferry. And they were made within the past 24 hours.
Alright, I'm gonna relay that information to the party.
In fact, you look so well that you can actually ascertain that they're Duragar footprints, because you even see like tiny little tracks of grease in the snow. And Duragar are greasy.
I rolled really well.
Yeah, Duragar, they like to make things, smith things. They're usually covered in grease. So yeah, the kill boat, it's got a frozen ballista mounted to the bow, and there are just there's a small step down mast which is currently down. There are some wooden seats that you'd sit on to row, and then there is a cabin towards the aft end of the kill boat. So yeah, there's only like, one area that's enclosed, that's at the stern here.
Gotcha.
It doesn't seem to be a very big space, maybe 20 by 10.
Alright, I tell everyone to stay alert and get ready. Definitely some inhabitants here.
Are we trying to move quietly?
They can see us coming a mile away if they're still here.
After you.
I take it we can enter from here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of wooden crates like piled up near a small crane mechanism, and it doesn't look like these crates are meant to be here, but you can just easily hop over them and you can jump into the frozen ferry. It's all slippery ice, so take it easy. You might want to put on your
it's
crampons.
ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If I notice it's ice, I'll definitely put on my crampons.
Yeah, you put them on, and you got some grip here. Yeah, everything is very slippery.
All right. So as far as tracks keep going, are they heading up here or? Okay. All right. All right. Let's stay tight and get ready for a fight in case we get attacked. I'll grumble about Dendovich not being with us. Is this the door that's locked?
So you've got a door here, and the ice covering the door has been chipped away.
Okay. Well, I'll try to open it.
Alright, it's already unlocked. You don't even need to unlock it.
Yeah.
Inside, there's a space roughly 10 by 20 feet. And there are 4 sleeping bags. There are rations scattered on the ground. And there is a map of Icewind Dale laid out on the ground.
Did the sleeping bags look like they're occupied?
Like now? Oh no,
Yeah.
there's no one in them.
No? Okay. Alright, I will slowly enter. And I'll start, like, kind of kicking around the sleeping bags, make sure there's nothing invisible in the room.
Okay. You we can make a perception check. Alright, you kick around, feel around, and you listen carefully. And you don't detect anyone here.
Can I take the rations?
Sure. There's quite a few rations. Enough for at least 30 days.
Don't know that I can carry all those, so I will offer some of them up to everybody else.
I take a good look at the map. Is it marked at all?
The map is rolled up a bit. Like it kind of rolled up on itself, so you spread it out. And it's quite a large map. Kind of be down sort of on your knees to look at it, and it tries to roll itself back up as you so you have to kind of hold it open, or there are a couple of rations that look like they were used as weights to keep the map open. So it's a full map of Icewind Dale, and it has all of the 10 towns, and the names of the towns are written in Dwarvish. And there's also a location northeast of Kelvin's Cairn marked on the map, and a location in the Spine of the World marked on the map.
Okay.
Does anyone speak Dwarvish?
Yes.
I do not.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the map
Mimi.
of Icewind Dale,
Yeah.
so you guys can see
Maybe.
what I'm talking about.
Mimi, take a look at this.
My pleasure. I
Okay,
studied maps quite a bit in my
so
heyday.
there's all the 10 towns. They're all labeled in Dwarvish. There is a location here, and then there's a location here. Alright, so yeah, all the names are just translated into Dwarvish. East Haven, Brinchander, Targos, Bremen. And this one is named Outpost in Dwarvish. There we go. So you guys can see that, right? Outpost.
Yep.
And then the other one is named Sunblight.
The sunlight one seems a bit ominous. Possibly related to the sun not being around anymore.
Yeah, that's interesting. Would I recall hearing sunblight anywhere?
No.
It's not like a common saying or like Anything like that?
No. Never heard that name
Ah.
before.
Well, we know they're up to no good. Did we want to maybe throw their bedrolls overboard?
Well,
Wreck up their place to sleep, and then maybe they have to come into town.
Just going to
Not
swap
be
you with
invisible.
Ash, Mimi, and you're attacked. Ah! You hear a voice scream out, and you're attacked by the invisible Duragar that's been standing in the room with you all the entire time.
hey,
Oh, there he is.
So, he's attempting to surprise you guys as well. He's invisible, and he's hidden from all of you. None of you have been able to detect him. You will see him when he attacks, and he looks like this. Male Duragar. Actually, let me just make sure the artwork. Okay. I won't show you the artwork just yet, but I will show you the token. Alright, so he's got this little dagger in his hand. He's a stout looking Duragar. He's 4 feet tall, and he just wears leather armor. And he has grey coloured skin, white coloured beard, bit of a pungent scent of grease about him, and he attempts surprise. So this is for surprise. It goes against your passive perception. Does anyone have a passive perception of 25 or higher?
Not on this character.
yeah, double crit. Why not?
Alright, everyone is surprised, so he does this unexpectedly. Jiris, your turn is up, but you're no longer surprised. And you just hear a murmur. Throw me bedrolls overboard, will ya, hog? And he comes in, trying to attack you with his dagger. He has advantage from him being invisible.
I'm gonna force him. I'm gonna use one of my portent die and force him to roll a 6.
Okay. So, if he has advantage, then you force him to roll a 6. I think he still uses the highest. Well, let me see. I think maybe. So he should use the. No. He just replaced the roll. So yeah, he rolls, and his highest becomes what you get on the portent. So you get him to roll a 6, and
I foresaw this coming.
he misses you. As he attacks, the Duragar becomes visible. Ah! And now you see him, and he's going to do something to Ash. He kind of winks a little bit at Ash, and his eyes twitch slightly, and then you feel him creeping around in your mind, Ash. You must make an intelligence saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Now, what weapon do you use, Ash?
A Warhammer.
Great. He forces you to attack Mimi with the Warhammer. With his mind mastery. He controls you temporarily. You take a swing at Mimi, but you miss. Ash, you are surprised. Actually, I just realized you didn't even have a reaction anyway, so I don't know why he did that. Alright, Mimi, you are surprised. Varys, you're surprised. Jiris, you're up.
Can I move through Varys here? Or...
Another creature's space is difficult terrain.
Alright, I'll move there. I'm gonna go, hey Varys, watch this. And I'm gonna bonus action and assume starry form archer.
The constellation of an archer appears on the points of your body.
Lob a star bolt at him.
Bright light in a 10-foot radius, and dim for 10 as well. And that's a crit. You lob this, kind of like you see the constellation of this archer pulling back an arrow and a bowstring, and then poof, this mote of radiant light flies out, poof, slamming into the Duragar, hitting him in the chest and knocking him back a little bit. Rah! And he looks slightly injured from that.
And then I'll produce flame and throw that at him.
It's not an action to do that? Oh, it's when you activate it and as a bonus action. Okay, cool. And the produce flame hits him too. The ball of fire slams into the Duragar, and he's looking bloodied. Yeah! He growls at you all, and he is going to magically decrease his size. He shrinks all the way down, so he's about the size of a little doll. And there is this empty goblet next to him, and the goblet is now bigger than him. He chuckles. He's so tiny. And then he flees through this 4-inch diameter rat hole, provoking an opportunity attack from Mimi.
I will attempt to whack him with my quarterstaff.
Miss. Ash.
Okay, oh, I don't know where he went.
You can see him moving along the ice. Should have line of sight there.
Okay, I can see, like, just barely his aura
You
and, like,
can
the tip of his token.
just barely see him with 3/4.
I see something. So let's go ahead and move over to see what's going on over there.
He's the size of a doll. He's running along the ice, chuckling and seeming to escape.
Okay, it's probably not. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and try and throw one of my javelins at him.
Okay, he is so tiny. He's very hard to hit by the looks of things. You go to pull out the javelin and it just gets stuck. Like the tip of the javelin gets stuck in the side of the kill bow.
Nope, that's not good. Okay, and then how far down is it to the ice level?
It's about 5 feet.
Okay, then probably should have checked the distance before I had tried to harpoon him, but now let's go ahead and try and jump over the ledge, or the edge of the boat and onto the ice.
Okay, difficult terrain. You don't need any ability check to jump onto it. You've got crampons. So that's 10.
Okay, and then we'll go ahead and try and use the last 20 feet to move up next to him.
And he murmurs something in Dwarvish with this tiny little voice. Mimi.
Hobble outside. We're gonna try and lob a firebolt at him.
It's a miss. The firebolt just hits the ice and disperses.
Mimi thinks she's casting spells again.
He waves his tiny little dagger at you.
You'll never get to me! You're dead, you're all done for!
Let's see about that. Maybe I'll call back out to him. That's not quite how this works. I know how far little legs move.
You'll never catch me!
Varys.
That'd be what, 20 feet?
Yeah.
30 feet? So is that's where he is now? He's in melee range?
Yep. I can put on a grid. Might help.
I'm going to cast command and command him to grovel.
Unfortunately, he doesn't understand common, and the spell fails.
Oh, he spoke common in the boat, though.
No. Dwarvish.
Oh, that was in Dwarvish when he said something about the throwing the...
Yeah. Duragar don't speak common.
Okay. Just when you talked, it was, you said about, oh, you're not gonna throw my, bedroll overboard.
Yeah,
I thought that was
Demimi,
common.
who speaks Dwarvish.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, probably wouldn't have done that then, but that's fine.
Curious.
I'm gonna bonus action Starry Archer blast this guy again.
Alright, he's got half cover. Very, very difficult shot to make. The moat poofs out of existence, falling short of dirt.
And then I'm going to cast Entangle.
Alright, Entangle is a 20-foot radius. You can put it like off the map, like kind of here.
Yeah, it's with the edge on him and then off the map.
Okay. Alright, so all these grasping weeds and vines, they just burst up from the ice. They start to tangle around him. The area is difficult terrain, and when you cast a spell, you have to make a strength save. Now, he has disadvantage on strength saves, but also he is a Duragar, so he has advantage because Duragar are resilient to spells. So it's a straight roll. What is your DC?
13.
And he becomes restrained by the plants.
Cannot touch me!
He's going to try and poke Ash with his tiny little dagger. And he misses. And then he's going to try and poke Varys with his tiny little dagger. And he misses. Ash.
Phew.
Poke me with a dagger. Warhammer you.
Hit. You swing the Warhammer.
Sorry,
at
no
him,
reach.
And him for 11 damage. You like almost squash him. He's covered in blood. He's looking very hurt. Mimi.
Maybe he's gonna look at her shoulder. Sir Waldo, go distract him. You're the reason I missed last time. And she's gonna firebolt him.
And Waldo gets up in your grill and starts fluttering around in front of you. And we end up shooting the firebolt up towards the sky.
I said him, not me.
Varys.
Yeah, I'll try to give him a smack with my warhammer too.
It's a miss. He ducks and you swing the warhammer through the air.
Okay, I'm gonna reposition myself over here.
Jiris.
Jiris yells out, "Are we killing this guy? What are we doing?"
The rumors said they have evil intent.
He's the one who tried to murder us.
Yeah, he did try to stab Mimi. Alright, I'm gonna huck another starry bolt at him.
We could save him for questioning later,
Yes.
but
The star of
Don't-
radiant light disperses on the ground.
I'm just gonna dodge then, I guess.
He's going to try and let me see here. Right, he's going to try and mind master you, Varys. Make an intelligence saving throw. He attempts to take control of you, manipulating your mind. Right, he does so, and he forces you to move 10 feet in this direction, using your reaction.
Okay.
So yeah, you move 10 feet in that direction. And he opportunity attacks you as you move away from him. He misses. And then he jumps up and he tries to poke Ash with his second attack. And he misses. He struggles in the entanglement some more. Ash.
Okay, let's try and Warhammer smash him again.
$23 hits. And do you want to kill him or knock him out, Ash?
Based off of the interaction that we just had and Jiris's comments, I'm not holding back.
Alright, you flatten him onto the ice like a pancake. Squashed.
Does he return back to normal size?
No, he is just flattened. It's like squashing a bug. Just flattened across the ice.
Alright. I'll go and inspect his corpse.
maybe
There's
we bring it back to Scython.
not much left of it. He's just nothing more than some visceral remains.
Scrape some goop up.
I'm gonna scrape some mini Dwargar goop.
It was about the size of a small doll, and it's just a little pile of mush, a dagger smaller than your fingernail.
Mimi had a little bag of sand, which she'll dump the sand out and she'll put the little Dwargar remains in it.
Okay, call it mini Durgar mush.
Best inventory item ever.
Sounds like something that should be in Scamp's chest of preservation.
You got absolutely flattened.
Just so we can show Scython that there was actually a great dwarven man on his boat.
Yeah,
Yes,
speaking
but
of,
there looks like there's 3 other ones. So
yeah,
need
speaking of flattened, not that we actually heard that. Do we want to grab that map as proof? You said it had writing on it, right?
yeah,
Oh,
we should grab the map. I don't think we actually rifled through the sleeping bags yet either. So we should go back in there and thoroughly check that out, and then go back to Scython.
Mimi calls out in a louder voice since this caused the other one to show itself.
Let's throw the sleeping bags overboard.
You don't get any response.
I make note of the hole. Is the hole like damage in the ship, or is it meant to be there?
The hole, it's a rat hole.
Okay.
4 inches in diameter. Just about 5 feet above the frozen harbor.
Gotcha. All right. Scython might want to know about the hole. All right. Yeah. I'll go back in the boat and do a search of that room in the bags, or in the sleeping bags and stuff, and take the map.
There's nothing in the sleeping bags. They're just sleeping bags. And yeah, there was some rations.
Yeah, we'll take the rations.
Okay.
How many rations total?
About 30 days worth of rations.
And Mimi took 10.
Right. So 30 days worth of rations is what? 90 rations?
Is 30 rations.
30
ration is
rations,
1
okay.
day's worth.
Gotcha. Okay. So a ration is a whole day. All right. Well,
I think like the actual ration is like 10 days worth. Like if you get 1 ration, it's 10 days worth, so there'll be 3 actual rations. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Alright, so Mimi takes 10, you can take the other 20. And
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
I'll just make it.
Yeah, you've
distribute
got
it
the
later.
map, you've got the sleeping bags, and a couple of tank guards. That's it. Other than that, the room's completely empty. So you can take that map of Icewind Dale. You can also add those locations to your own map.
Yep. All right. We'll head back to Scython in the inn
Are we
or tavern.
taking the bedrolls with us? Because if we are not, Mimi will throw them overboard onto the ice.
Alright, you take these filthy bedrolls and throw them onto the ground.
Over on this side of the boat.
Okay. Alrighty. You take the sleeping bags, throw them overboard, take the map, and head back over the wet trout to fill Scython in on what just occurred. Now, let's take a 10-minute break now as well. When we get back, we'll be back over at the wet trout and let Scython know what happened. These are supposed to be bedrolls. There you go. 2 more.
All right. See you in 10 minutes.
I'll see you guys back soon.
Okay.
Hey all.
Hello.
Welcome back.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Hey.
Great session so far.
Good. Alright, so this is about 20 minutes later or so. You're back at the Wet Trout. You've been forced to basically buy more drink. Firstly and foremost. The Metra says,
Ah, back again. Thirsty, are we? Good. Well, will you be staying for a while? Perhaps you guys could sit down and grab a gallon between you all. What do you say?
How much is a gallon?
2 silver. Now, we only have ale. There ain't no mead. There's been a problem with this shipment of late. We do have some wine as well, and if you're hungry, we have meat. Chunk. The chunk variety of meat.
Ah, you're not out of meat chunk, are you?
We have meat. Chunk. And we also have bread loaf.
Ooh.
Fancy.
We like to mix things up a bit here.
If we get the gallon of ale, do we still have to pour one out first? Or does the one from earlier count?
It comes pre-poured out for you, don't worry.
Mimi will give her 2 silver.
okay, you get a half a gallon of ale.
There you go.
It's just served in a big bucket with a ladle. And some mugs. You guys bring it on over to Scython. And he's chatting to a few folk, but when they see you all, he reserves some time for you. Ah! You're back! That was a short trip. I'm guessing there wasn't any trouble.
Mimi's gonna hand him the small bag of dwarf.
Oh, what's this
Mush.
you've got there? Is this perhaps a meat chunk you've got from the bar? Oh! What is this? A dead bird or something? Why would you give this to me, woman?
That is the dead dwarf that shrunk down, that was on your ferry.
He looks at it. What? Is this his foot or something? What is this? What am I looking at here?
No, when we started to fight it, it got small enough to fit through a mouse hole on your boat. Speaking of which, you have a mouse hole on your boat.
I don't have any mouse holes on my boat, thank you. They're rat holes.
A rat hole, then. But it shrunk down, it ran out the hole and tried to escape across the ice, and, well, Ash here squished it.
It shrunk down?
Yes, they can also go invisible.
This is truly bizarre. I've heard that Duragar can enlarge themselves in size, getting as big as an ogre, they say. But never one doing the opposite. You squashed it like a bug. What
Yes.
on Torrel was it doing? On the ferry, though?
Well, they had some bedrolls. I threw those overboard. And a map.
A map?
I'll produce the map.
Oh, it's got squiggles all over it. What is this?
Well, it's in Dwarvish. This one right here, it says outpost. And this one down here, it says sunblight. Do you know what any of those mean?
He shakes his head. Well, I mean, not sunblight, but I mean outpost. Everyone knows what an outpost is. It's a post that's out of the way.
That's not quite what I meant. So you can confirm that this is not your map.
No, I've never seen this map before in my life. It is quite well detailed, however. I mean, apart from the squiggly lines. What does it mean? This must be where the Duergar live. An outpost? A sun blight. I don't like the sound of this. What did the Duergar want? Why are they on my ferry? And why did you throw the bedrolls out onto the ice?
So they wouldn't have anywhere to sleep. And then maybe they'll have to come into town and we can find them. Well, yes, my friend here. And she'll nod towards... it was Jiris that found the footprints, right?
Varys.
Oh, she'll nod towards Varys. Sorry. He found sets of footprints that indicated there were 4 of them, but we only found the 1 so far.
4? In that little room? Oh, they must be desperate. And it must be chilly. Anyway, where do you think the rest of them are? What are they doing in town? They could be among us.
I don't know. They could, but now they have no bedrolls. So perhaps they'll have to seek an inn.
They'll be back. I don't think Duergar would be welcome around these parts. They have an unsavory reputation. They're a slave race, of what I hear. And, I mean, just the thought of them being on the surface, I thought they lived in caves underground. I'm worried. Do you think you could go back to the ferry and maybe wait for them in ambush or something? Just to take care of this problem, so we can all rest easy at night. And I've found out where Torgs is. Bremen is where you'll find her. But she might only be there for a couple of days. If you hope to find Torgs and get some good discounts while you're there, I suggest that you make haste.
Bremen? That's pretty far.
Oh. Nary a day's journey, my friend. They may look... These locations may look far on the map, but really it's a stone throw.
Well, we about froze to death on the way here from Bryn Shander, so...
Yeah, it's about 18 miles. That's a good day travel. You probably wouldn't do that all in one go, actually. Probably want to stay by Bryn Shander or Targos Town. But... it does move around, Tor, so can't guarantee it's going to be there for long.
Yeah, I'm gonna just point out that with their little nest on the boat being disturbed and their companion there missing, it's a good chance that the Duergar won't come back, and that we don't have the time to spare to try to ambush 3 Duergar that may or may not come back to the boat.
Do you think they saw what happened? Like from a distance, watching invisibly?
If that would have been the case, they probably would have helped their friend.
What are they doing here in town? This calls for alarm. You should speak to Imdra, the town's captain. Report this incident.
We do have a meeting with Waylon?
Oh, the speaker. Oh, you are big-time adventurers, aren't you? Meetings with the speaker. But tell Gladys I said hello, by the way, if you're heading to the town hall.
She may not be there, but if I see her, I will.
Yes, Gladys is clearly fond of you.
Me and Gladys, we We go way back.
Are you aware of her large family?
I am.
You're not part of it, are you?
Oh no. Us water genasi, we swim a different path. Now, well, good luck. I would really appreciate it if you just went and checked on the ferry, though, but you're important adventurers, and you got lots to do. And thank you for this half a gallon of ale.
You're welcome.
Alright, yeah, let's head back to the town hall.
What time is it, Seb?
It's at 1 p.m.
If we wanted to, we could have it at the town hall and then maybe spend the rest of the day waiting out on the ferry. It wouldn't be prudent, I don't think, to set out to Bryn Shander when we're lacking twilight. The trip is hard enough as it is, without traveling in total darkness the whole way.
Scython, you look after the place. I'll be back soon. I got something to do.
Nemetra leaves.
I'll give Scython back his key and point out that the door had been unlocked already by the Duergar.
So, you think that they're not going to be a threat anymore? I'm safe. I do know how to handle a blade, you know. I'm not scared of them.
I don't know about that. But I've wrecked up their sleeping place. So maybe they'll move on.
Let's hope
Yes,
so.
well, that's the hope anyway. But the four of us, you know, tangling with 3 Duergar sounds quite risky. Perhaps when our companion is over his stomach flu and the other 2 aren't missing, we can try to lay an ambush, but at the moment we have other things to attend to.
Where'd the tavern owner lady run off to?
Oh, I think she had some business to do at the town hall. I think she was quite convinced on the idea that we need to up the sacrifices.
Oh no.
Anyway, I've got to go now. I sometimes cover for Nemetra. Scython goes and jumps over the bar, and a large crowd gathers at the bar, and he waves to you guys.
Are we meeting the speaker in the town hall? Is that where we were supposed to meet her?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Prudence.
Alright, so you guys want to head over there now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, you've got just a little sprinkling of twilight left. You've got a few hours of that per day. And you arrive at the entrance to the town hall. The door's ajar.
Oh, they're really bad at closing their doors here.
I think they would be better about that, what with the cold and all.
Alright. Well, we'll enter.
Nemetra,
Close the door behind us.
Nemetra can be heard. Alright, close the door behind you.
What can we make out?
Oh, I'm saying, I want to get to the speaker. I had an idea. What if the people that need to be sacrificed are only worthy for oral sacrifice if they're willing? So I had an idea to double the amount of sacrifices every month. You know, just to be sure.
Yes, Nemetra. I'll be sure to pass this on to Speaker Wayland.
Good. Do I need to fill out any paperwork or anything?
I'll inform him.
Hey!
Oh, hey.
The Metro just waves and exits. Hello? Please come in.
Hello.
Prudence, I presume.
Ah, yes. You must be the adventurers with the Cauldron. I've been expecting you. Gladys says that you encountered a hag in some caves nearby, and you'd managed to procure a cauldron by negotiating with her. A cauldron can feed over 100 people per day. You would like to speak with the speaker about perhaps selling this cauldron?
That is correct, yes.
Very well. Oh, and I've got some notes here. Gladys said there are some items for you up in the storage room. I'll just go and collect those items. The speaker will see you shortly. And Prudence opens the door. She moves through into another room and disappears up a set of stairs.
What is that?
One moment, I'll be back soon, she calls out. So you can see into this next room. There is a statue in the middle of the room. The statue looks quite ominous. It's in the shape of some sort of demonic figure. There's actually some low burning lanterns, just kind of casting this gentle glow on the figurine, or the figurehead, sorry. It's a tall black object. One could easily mistake it for a statue, but it's actually the figurehead of a ship, carved in the likeness of a winged demon. The demon-shaped figurehead stands 8 feet tall. There are shards of wood jutting out of its back at points where the figurehead was once attached to the hull. Lashed to the figurehead with rope is a scrawny woman who is dripping wet. Her long white hair hangs over her face, obscuring it.
This is something that's alive currently that we can tell from here?
The woman?
Yeah.
She is standing of her own accord. She has white hair covering her face. She's dripping wet.
Does it look like there's anything in the room that would be causing her to be dripping wet?
No. So there are some wooden pillars supporting the ceiling. You can see a winch overhead along the balcony. Balcony's here. Now, firstly, Mimi, make an Arcana check. You identify the substance that this statue is made out of, first and foremost. This is Chardolin. Chardolin is a glass-like substance. It's cold to the touch. It's kind of like crystalline. It's as strong as metal, although it's considerably easier to work with than steel. And make me a history check with advantage as well, Mimi, please. Okay, so more than 100 years ago, a wizard named Akar Kessel found an artifact suffused with demonic magic called Crenshinabon, better known as the Crystal Shard. And he used it to erect a great black tower in Icewind Dale. When this tower was destroyed, the magic used to create it fused with the surrounding ice to form what is now known as Shardolin. It's a non-magical, crystalline substance, as strong as metal, very easy to work with. However, in the years since, many deposits of the Shardolin have been found across Icewind Dale, but these deposits tend to be suffused with demonic magic, and prolonged contact with the Shardolin can warp a creature's mind, causing madness that can fade away as soon as contact is broken. But if you have some of it, you don't want to let it go. It's cold to the touch, very good for making magic items, but of course, the demonic magic also makes it not very favorable. People will kill each other for it, descending into madness. It also depends on what sort of magic the Shardolin is suffused with. But what did you get? 23. So you know what the figurehead is as well. This actually depicts Urtu. It's a Baylor demon that terrorized Icewind Dale over a century ago, and a group of famous adventurers slayed the Baylor, Dritz, and the companions. So it's bizarre that there is Shardolin in the town hall, for starters, and then you don't know what to make of this woman. She's just standing there, water dripping from her hair, pooling at her feet. Prudence isn't back.
I'll share what I know with the rest of the party, and I don't know why they have a woman tied to it, but I'm not too keen on getting close, knowing how dangerous it can be.
She begins sobbing.
Should we help her?
Must be a good reason she's tied up in the town hall.
Maybe she also killed adventurers.
I think we should perhaps ask about it.
Perhaps wait until the speaker comes back to inquire. Or when we talk to the speaker, rather. That being said, Varys is going to walk in into the room and try to get a better look at her.
You can't see her face. She just continues sobbing.
Alright, I call out to her. You there?
She just cries some more.
God. So, you there? Why are you tied up in here? Who are you?
Please, help me.
What do you need help with?
Please, untie me. Please,
Who tied you there?
untie me. I don't know.
How long you been here?
I don't know. Why am I here? What have I done? Who tied me here? Please, help me.
What do you think of Auril?
I don't know. I don't know. Who's there? Hello? You hear a door open to the north and a voice call out. You're under the cauldron. I'll see you now.
That's the speaker.
Oh, don't leave me here. Please. Please.
Mimi's just resecuring the pot on the top of her head and staying basically back against the wall, up the stairs towards where the voice came from.
Yeah, Varys is gonna keep basically keep staring at her as he walks by. Squinting.
Please help me. Ah, come in. Take a seat.
I kind of pulled Jairus along, make sure he's not falling for any tricks. Come on, lad.
Ah, come in. Welcome.
Maybe you'll pull up a seat in one of these chairs.
Close the door behind you. I'm Speaker Whalen. Pleased to meet you. You head into the Speaker's office. There's tapestries, painted landscapes decorating this room. There's a large table surrounded by high-backed wooden chairs, a small circular table in the corner. There's a painting on the far wall depicting a snow-capped mountain. Kelvin scan. Ah, come in. Sit.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Speaker Whalen. If you don't mind, what was with the woman that we passed on the way in?
Prudence? Why, she's
No,
worked here for many years. Is there a problem?
No, not her. The one tied to the statue that was begging for help.
What are you talking about, tied to the statue? Don't touch that statue. It's made of Shardolin.
Yes, there was a woman tied to it.
What? Preposterous! What is the meaning of this? Alright, so you guys see Speaker Whalen. He's a male human. And he definitely has a haunted look in his eyes. You can tell that things have been tough in Icewind Dale. He's got cold weather clothing, and you can see what he looks like in the handout there. He pushes by you and he opens the door, like, alarmed. Come here, you! Woman! Here, now! What are you talking about? There's no woman here. And she's gone.
Oh. Well, I'm terribly sorry. Sometimes I get visions, and it must have just been something I was foretelling and seeing the future. And it happens sometimes.
Are you
we
sure
all saw
you're
her.
up to this?
We all saw her. I even talked to her. She's gone now.
He gives you a strange look. You can tell that he doesn't believe you.
I describe what she looked like and ask him if that's familiar for anything.
He gives you a dismissive look. I've never seen any woman like that. Where? Where is she? Where's the ropes? Where's this water dripping on the ground? What did she do? Vanish into thin air? If this is some sort of prank, this is not the time. I am the Speaker of East Haven.
Without getting too close to the statue, I want to walk up to where I saw the puddle.
There's nothing there. The ropes are gone. There's no puddle of water. The woman's gone.
Did you touch the statue? That shardle in it. It's evil. If you touch it, it can drive a person crazy. Listen, I don't want it here, but a band of adventurers, they raised it from the depths of Lac-Dinishire a few months ago. They hold it up here, hoping for a reward. I don't know what to do with it, so I just put it here, out of the public eye. Demonic magic. You shouldn't have touched it. Come on now. That's what you get for touching it. It plays tricks on your mind. Let us do our meeting.
Maybe just murmuring to herself, I don't remember touching it, but I suppose I had. Maybe did.
Yeah, no one
Alright.
definitely touched it. Definitely no
That's
one
very-
touched it.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like flicking some papers around on his desk. So it says here you negotiated with a hag living in some caves nearby, and this hag ate the 4 fishes that were missing. You negotiated with this evil creature?
You see, our mission was to locate the fishermen, be they alive or dead. And once we had done that, and the fight appeared to perhaps be going south, as she had a frost giant skeleton guardian, we negotiated for the cauldron that we have brought.
Oh, yeah. I do see here, frost giant skeleton. How did you survive this encounter? With no casualties. You're really something. Imdra has recommended you all to me. You've done good work for East Haven here. All is well. There is a reward waiting for you upstairs in the storage areas, and these items, they were confiscated from the evil wizard, but we've already taken the evidence as needed, and you have the right to claim them. Good job. There was some poetry book that belonged to the wizard as well, but I don't think anyone would be interested in that. I do believe Gladys put it away in the library. Now, what I'm very interested in is this cauldron. It says here this cauldron can create enough food to feed 120 people every day. Is this true? Is the cauldron capable of this? To feed the hungry? This is a game changer. What do you want for it? I would like to purchase it from you on behalf of East Haven.
With our master and negotiator here.
I didn't think that far ahead.
Well, getting back to what he said earlier, I say we didn't have any casualties because Tai Ki was on our side. Jurgle clearly had no room for us in his domain.
You know Tai Chi?
Tai Ki.
I believe it's pronounced Tai Chi. Are you a monk?
Tai Chi?
That's what I said.
Alright, I get visibly frustrated and correct him again. No, Tai Ki!
What's a
The
Tai Chi?
goddess. The goddess of fortune and luck. Come on now. Everyone knows this.
He looks at you.
I think we should thank Oral for letting us live another day. If we're going to thank any of the gods. These other gods, the Morning Lord, goddesses of luck, and whatever else whoop-de-doo, where are they now when we need them the most? Anyway, I'm not here to speak about gods. talking about the cauldron, I'm prepared to make you a very, very high offer. One that will not be matched by anyone, I assure you. I dare anyone to bid against me. 7 diamonds. Rare ones. Ones that don't occur frequently. Burst up from the ground. Mined here in Tourmaline. 500 gold piece diamonds. 1 for each of you.
Did he say 4?
7.
7. Oh, okay.
7 people. Says here there was 7 in your party.
Indeed. No one? Anyone else? Negotiator?
You don't want me negotiating. She's gonna want spellbooks and shit.
I say that seems like a reasonable offer. However, this cauldron could help many of the 10 towns, and we may want to ask who needs it most first. Or is there a compelling reason why East Haven is more deserving?
Make a persuasion check.
Damn it!
I don't know what it is about you, but when you speak, you offend me. You have food in your beard. Clean yourself up, man. Listen, the first reason why you would sell the cauldron to me, the Speaker of East Haven, is because I'm making a damn good offer. One that none will pay higher. Second reason is you don't want to give it to the people up in Caer Dinevel and Caer Konig, because they're a bunch of inbreds. Secondly, you wouldn't sell it to Goodmead, because, well, their town speaker is dead, so there's hardly anyone to negotiate. And Bryn Shander, well, they have all the luxuries they need. Nothing against Bryn Shander personally, but I guarantee they won't pay as well. Feed East Haven 120 people a day. This cauldron can feed. This is going to save lives. People are starving to death. You know, I heard you can't even get a meat hunk in the White Lady these days.
It is true.
Indeed, we verified that.
In addition to the diamonds, do you mind if maybe we get that poetry book from the library you mentioned?
Yeah, it's a public library. Just going up there and take it. It's got a red cover, burnt slightly. So, are we in agreement then?
I want to ask if we could also, if it could also be announced that we, to the people of East Haven, that we were the heroes that found or that brought the cauldron to the town to, feed the starving, get some notoriety.
I assure me you, friend. Word is already abound, East Haven, of your exploits. But, if you would like, I'll make a public announcement tomorrow as well. Are we in
Sounds
agreement
like a good
then?
deal. I nod.
Very well. I'll have Prudence write up the paperwork. I'll need 48 hours to call in some debts to acquire the gems. What about the cauldron? If rumor spreads about this cauldron, there will be many that seek it, and I cannot guarantee some of them will not be unsavory characters. I suggest we leave the cauldron here. It should remain in the town hall. I will put forth that condition. Do not worry. I've got 4 of my best militia women to protect the cauldron.
I see no problem with that.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we have some type of insurance that if anyone does steal it in the meantime, we still get our payment.
Steal it? Huh, that won't happen. If you're so worried about thieves, hell, you can guard it yourself if you want.
We're sure your women are perfectly capable, just you seem very sure of yourself, and if you have the worry that unsavories may be after it, it's going to take you a couple days to collect your debts, then just would like your word.
It's as good as sold. We'll draw up the
Right.
contract. You'll receive your gemstones. During the meantime, while you're waiting for the payment, the Cauldron shall remain here, in the town hall, under guard, down in the cellars.
If for some reason we leave town, can we come back and collect payment at any time? Or does it have to be exactly 48 hours later?
Oh, I don't know, miss. Depends. If you come back in 100 years, I might not be here. This is why I'm not married.
Mimi just nods.
Oh, it was a good joke. Ferris appreciated it.
Alright, this is, all been well and good. I've got another meeting here with this. Double the sacrifices. Jeez. So, you can head up to the library, take the stairs up, follow the balcony. You'll find it. Can't miss it.
What about the scroll and the other item? Are those also in the library?
Did Prudence not get them for you? What is she doing?
She left
Upstairs,
them, but
in the storage area. She's probably getting them for you now. You can go up there and grab them. Oh, and, no climbing out windows. Just saying. Not that you climbed out windows, but some people have been climbing out these windows. There are doors. Just as a note.
Mimi stops.
All right.
To climb out the window.
Varys says that we're happy to help the people of East Haven not starve, and that we hope that the cauldron's put to good use.
I assure you, it will change the lives of many. You're truly heroes of East Haven. It's about time some adventurers came and helped us. About time some people did some good around here. You've done well. It's sad about the fishes, but do not worry. There will be a memorial for them.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah.
This is all in the name of East Haven. We may have to do things that we don't like to do. Sacrifice people. Things like that. I can assure you. Things will get better. I know it. And he gives you guys a wink.
All right, let's go try to find.
Oh,
Prudence.
and tell your friend to stop eating people.
Yes, we still need to talk to him
Technically,
about that.
that's not illegal, but it's frowned upon. If he wants to do that shit, tell him to go up to Caer Dinevel.
Where the inbreds are.
Yeah. I
It's
thank
not
you all.
illegal.
Prudence.
On the
will,
way.
apparently.
On the way out, Mimi's gonna be like, "Oh yes, and there might be some Dwergar lurking around your town. Good day."
Wait.
Oh
what?
yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, I forgot we were supposed to talk to him about that.
You've been touching that Charlatan.
Quick, someone produce the mini Dwergar mush.
I can't give it away unless you gave it back. Do we still have the map? Can we produce the map to show him?
Listen. If there's some sort of formal complaint you need to make, can you take it up with Prudence? She handles those sorts of things. She'll make a report. And there's a process to these things.
Oh, I wasn't making a report. I was just trying to make you aware that invisible Dwergar are stalking your streets.
Bureaucrats.
Yeah, sure. And he's like, just kind of just, rolls over him. He doesn't really kind of pay too much attention to it. He just kind of brushes it off and starts looking through other paperwork. Make a report.
Color me shocked. He doesn't believe us.
Yeah, you feel like he's not really taking to heart what you're saying.
All right, so are these stairs up to the?
They're down.
Oh, okay.
And
Where would
they
a
must
Prudence
lead
have gone?
to the dungeon.
Oh.
And she went up these stairs.
Oh wait. Oh, those are stairs too. Okay.
I'm gonna step up here and then take a closer look at this. 'Cause I don't imagine I've ever actually seen it before.
It's a very smooth, dark, crystalline material depicting Ep.3, the Baylor. Very well made. Not a single scratch on the chatelaine. Some wooden spokes jutting out its back where it used to be attached to the bow of a ship as a figurehead. Not a single sign of that woman.
Can I take my quarterstaff and kind of like poke around where the woman was?
There's just nothing there.
Move on.
All right, I'll head upstairs.
Yeah, come on, Mimi, leave the shard of Lynn alone.
It looks very, very heavy as well, this thing. Alright, so you guys head upstairs. So you've just got a wooden staircase. There's like a winch over here. This is a place for loading and unloading things. I'll move you guys up to the second floor. So as you make your way around the balcony, you will see the winch. And there's a door at the end of the hallway.
Prudence!
Again, these doors, they're loading doors. No word from Prudence.
Are you coming, Juris?
I'm over here.
Juris is going to climb through the window, isn't he? On the upper floor. He's going to go from the lower floor to the upper floor window. Alright, you guys move forward. We've got a door here. You're calling out, opening doors, looking for Prudence. And
Hello, open the door.
you're not expecting these doors to be like trapped or anything. It's the town hall.
I always expect scraps.
Okay, I mean, well, your characters, you're not thinking anything's up here. It's the town hall. All right, you open up the door, and you've got some wooden tables and chairs. Everything quite colourful. There's actually some colourful streamers hanging from the rafters. A curtain window, looking kind of out into the loading area. Tables and chairs all like arranged here. Some sort of event hall, and no Prudence. There's another door at the end of the room.
Yep. See through the room.
Oh, it didn't open. What about now?
Yep, now we can.
Okay.
Prudence! Where are you? You're not supposed to climb out the windows!
There's just like a cold wind blowing in from outside.
Open this door.
Alright, so you're back out the front basically. And where there's that wooden platform, there's stairs that lead up to the upper levels. So there's stairs that lead down about 10 feet. There's like a landing. And then this is the main. Oh, did it not open again?
And not open again.
What about now? I have to move it twice for some reason. So yeah, you're outside now. These are the stairs. This is where the speaker would stand and address the people of the town and whatnot. And then the stairs that go back up, and there's exits to the second level over here. This must be like above the speaker's office. Right, no prudence.
Door.
Did it open the first time?
Nope.
What about now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
You've got a 25 foot long hallway. It's 5 feet wide. The walls are made of smooth wood. The floors are made of nicely polished wood. The floorboards creak a little bit as you walk forward. And there's doors off to the side, left and right, and a door at the end of the hallway.
Just open each door as we get to them.
There's a couple of oil paintings here and there by some local artists. Alright, you open the door up, and Prudence isn't here. There's some desks. There's 3 of them actually. They're kind of neat. They're standing side by side. Wait, did it not open again?
Nope.
Okay.
There it goes.
Yeah, so Prudence isn't in here. There's 3 desks side by side. The backs of the chairs are facing the outside wall, and then pinned to the east wall is a large hand-drawn map with old fishing poles. One of the poles is rigged with a lime green fishing lure, carved to resemble a tiny flump. There's some paperwork on the desk. Looks like fishing permits and things like that.
Oh, it's just permits in here. We can keep going. Thought it was going to be interesting.
I'll knock on this door.
You knock and no one answers.
Alright, I'll open it.
There's, looks like a little courtroom here. There's rows of wooden chairs facing this large table. And there's like a smaller one. Writing desk for the clerk. This is where the speaker would sit. Preside over the small claims court.
Alright, I'll knock on this door.
Alright, you guys, characters are getting a little bit hungry as well. Alright, you knock on the door, there's no response.
I will open the door.
Swinging the door open, and it looks like a break room. There's some cozy looking chairs, and some stairs that lead up, and a cabinet full of snacks. It's also-
Full of snacks?
Yes. Meat hunks.
And we're hungry. Oh, it's got meat hunk.
Framed meat hunks. There's also a closet off to the side here. There's a little snack cabinet here. Characters getting a little bit hungry.
Grab a
Your
snack.
stomach just... You just have this sharp pain shoot through your side, Varys. When you think about eating. And you need to make a constitution saving throw. Alright, you guys see Varys just keel over in pain. He falls prone, clutching his side.
Are you okay?
So hungry all of a sudden.
Yeah, have a snack. And maybe I'll hand him a snack from a meat hunk.
Alright, it's a dried meat hunk, also known as jerky.
My favorite. I will eat the meat hunk.
Alright, you can't stomach it, Varys. You can't eat, like... Just the pain is overwhelming.
Alright, just need a minute. This happens sometimes. Keep looking for Prudence.
You do recover a couple of minutes later.
Check the closet. As if I play stealth games, that's where I hide the bodies.
Okay. It's just a supply closet. Some supplies, provisions. More meat hunks. This is where all the meat hunks are being kept. The town's meat hunk because of the supply.
We're totally telling that guy and the white lady in.
There's only
We
one
found
more.
it.
There's only one more floor.
I see the closet is also where they keep the bodies. They're just chopped up.
Those are the sacrifice townspeople. They said cannibalism wasn't illegal.
It's just frowned upon. That's why they hide in the closet.
I mean, hey, if you got sacrifices, they're probably burning them, though. If they weren't, they'd probably be eating them. Let's be real. Alright, well, when Varys struggles to get off the floor a couple minutes later, he'll try to eat the meat hunk again.
It's some good, damn good meat hunk.
He rubs his belly and says, that did it. That hit the spot.
It's like beef flavored chewing gum, but never runs out of flavor.
Oh, God. Gross.
Alright, up the stairs you guys go.
Yeah.
And the wooden floorboards creak. It's a very old building, and the musty scent of books permeates the air. You're greeted by a library. There's a few rows of dusty bookcases, mostly an unremarkable collection. Some padded chairs and some footstools. The door set into the west wall.
I'm gonna look for both the poetry book and like anything that might catch my eye as of note for like researchy purposes concerning the long night.
Okay, you start searching and I'll let you know when you've found anything.
I'm gonna knock on this door and call out for Prudence.
You don't get a response.
I'll attempt to open the door.
Right, you swing the door open and you've got a long 10-foot wide hallway. And
Oh,
there are
God.
rooms off to the side of the hall.
So many doors. So, you keep looking for that book. I'll keep looking for Prudence.
Yes, I'll be in here.
Jairus, you're with me.
Be honest, you're looking for a bathroom, aren't you?
Continue to rub my stomach. I'll open this door.
Empty. It's an empty storage space.
This one.
Same thing. It's an empty storage space.
Not many things to store in this town. You'd think this is where the meat hunks would be instead of a closet.
Could fit a lot of meat hunks in this room.
This one.
Empty.
This one.
Locked.
This one.
Not locked.
Did he give us the key?
And the cauldron sitting there.
Oh, good. I thought he was putting it in the cellar.
Well, they will put it in the cellar. They said they were going to keep it in the storage area for now. Well, Gladys said she'll keep it in the storage area, and then the speaker said that they'll keep it in the dungeon for safety.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do remember that actually. Alright, then I'll check this one.
You swing the door open, and Prudence is here. She's at the window, and she seems to throw something out the window just as you open the door. And she turns around. Oh! And this room has been converted into like a little office. There's a couple of overstuffed chairs and a wooden desk crammed into this space. There's a drawer in the book, a drawer on open drawer, and she takes a book and she quickly shoves it in the desk and slams the desk shut. Oh,
Alright,
hello.
I'm gonna immediately exclaim very loudly so Mimi can hear. Ah, Prudence, that's where you are.
Mimi, you're still looking. You've spent about 5 minutes searching, and there's nothing interesting in these. Well, actually, maybe they're interesting for Mimi. There's just unremarkable books. I mean, cookbooks, and novels. Not the book you're looking for, but you've only done about half of the book so far. I mean, maybe even less.
I mean, they said they found her, and I don't have any reason to think there would be trouble, so I'm just going to continue looking.
Oh, can I help you? Prudence says. What are you doing up here?
Prudence, did you forget about us?
Oh, sorry. The goods. That's right. The reward that Imdra said that she wanted you to have. I completely forgot. My apologies.
What were you doing in here?
Just some business work.
Yeah, can I tell if she's
Paperwork.
lying?
Make an insight check. You can tell that she's lying through her teeth. She definitely wasn't doing business work. There's nothing on the table. And you can tell that she's a little bit nervous. And she definitely was doing something out the window.
All right, I give a look over to Juris and Ash that like something's wrong, and then I look back at Prudence and I say, "What was that you were doing over at the window?"
I was checking on my house to make sure everything's okay. You know, with the missing fishes and the hags and things. I live just nearby and I can see my house from the window.
So what was that book you put in the drawer there?
Alright. Okay. You caught me. You're not going to tell the speaker about this, are you?
About what exactly?
Well, I just couldn't help it. I just started reading and I got so hooked and I'm supposed to be working and I can't take my eyes off it. Look! And she opens the desk and she pulls out a book. This is what I was reading. It's called Lost in Lavender Orbs. It's an epic story about a drow elf that falls in love with two scimitars at the same time. It's a love triangle story. God. Romance novel.
Oh God.
Huh.
Oh my God. All right. I say, I do appreciate a good book as I pat the book on my chest. I understand. Your secret's safe with me.
Well, I'm only half finished. When I do finish, I'll return it to the library and you're welcome to borrow it yourself. Now...
Got the only book I need here. Thank you, though.
Okay. Let's get your reward. After you? And she gestures towards the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna just ignore her and walk over to the window and see what she threw out.
Hey! You look out there and you can make a perception check, Varys. You can see the gabling of the roof. It's pitched. Most of the snow falls off. And it's pretty much dark outside now, so your visibility is very good. 300 feet.
I just say, which house was yours?
She points to a small cottage nearby. That one.
All right, I take it I don't see anything.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. There's nothing on the gabling or anything like that.
All right. I'm sorry, did she say something about going to get the stuff?
Yeah. Now, as I said, after you. We've lost all of the sunlight now. I was just checking on my house before the last of the sunlight vanishes. She closes the door behind her, locks it, And she goes over to this room and unlocks it, pulling out. She's got like a big ring of keys that she's messing around with. She opens the storage space up, and there's some crates and barrels and things like that. Now, the reward that Imdra had offered you, and she pulls out 2 items. All right, you've found the book that you're looking for at this stage as well, Mimi. If you're back.
I am back.
Cool.
Is it actually a poetry book?
Alright, you take a look at it, and it's a very worn-looking book. It has a red leather cover, and it has yellow pages, and the edges of the pages are stained with dry blood. And it's nothing more than a poetry anthology.
We'll take it anyway. We'll read it later.
Okay. Oh, ma'am, this way. There's something you might like here. You seem to be a wizardy type.
Coming.
No one's gonna comment on all the pots and pans floating around her.
She pulls out a couple of items, and she hands you a spell scroll, Mimi. I'm not sure what this is, but it's a spell scroll. Perhaps you can read it. And then she gives you this grey-coloured bag. The bag is full of these balls of yarn, fluffy balls of yarn. It's definitely a magic item. For the spell scroll, you can make an Arcana check with advantage to try and identify it just by looking at it, Mimi, because it seems to be a high-level spell. You're not sure what it is.
Can identify this later. It'll be fine.
And then, of course, the bag needs to be identified too. It's a magic bag.
With fluffy balls of yarn.
Yeah.
Perfect for knitting.
And who has the magic bag?
It doesn't matter. It'll be identified, and then you guys can sort out who should have it. For now, just presume anyone's got it.
Alright, cool. I asked Prudence about the... has she ever seen a crying woman tied to that mast downstairs?
She gives you the strangest look. Pardon me? I've never seen such a thing. That is bizarre. Did you touch the Cauldron? You shouldn't touch it. It's suffused with demonic magic. That's what the speaker says. You probably touched it and saw something.
None of us have touched it before, and we all saw it.
Describe to me exactly what she looked like.
Let's see. Is there still a picture of it?
You can just say that you describe it as
Yeah,
well.
I'll describe it. I know, it's not as fun, though.
She says
Oops.
in jest, "Sounds like it's the White Lady. Coming to get you." Oh. Alright, so is there anything else you need? We're not meant to really be up here with the public. If you're not using any of these storage areas. Oh, the Cauldron? What am I meant to do with it now? Did the speaker say anything about it?
He purchased it. He said he wanted it brought to the dungeon to be guarded.
Oh, that's great news. So I've got some paperwork to do then. I'll send for the guards to retrieve it. Let me just lock the door to make sure it's safe. This is a very valuable item. She locks the door of the Cauldron. And we'll just go down to the office now and we'll sign all the paperwork and get all that done. This way.
We'll follow her.
5 minutes later. Okay. She goes behind the desk and she just writes all that stuff up. She confirms everything with the speaker. Great, that's all done. And during this time, those 4 trained militia women, they do transport the Cauldron down into the dungeon too.
I nod towards Mimi, say, do you want to tell her about the ferry?
Mimi will start in on excruciating detail once again for the ferry encounter with the Dorgar and how they smashed it, but they gave the remains to Scython. And there are 3 more, and she threw out the bedrolls, but we took the map.
I mean, that is very concerning. There were definitely some crimes committed. Breaking into the ferry for one. Brandishing and using a weapon against you is another one. But you defended yourself and, well, it's martial law in these parts, isn't it? Many a times I've heard stories that people have been caught misbehaving in taverns, and usually it's sorted out with a dagger in the stomach or 2. So I think everything's kind of cleared up in that regards, unless there's something else about the Durgar you'd like to report.
Well, just, you might have a few lurking about the town.
I'll be sure to pass this information on to Imdra.
Yes, good. That is the one that would want to know.
Well, looks like that's all done. You can come back in 2 days and the speaker should have the diamonds for you.
Alright.
Start heading out.
I'll peek back in here again real quick before we leave. Statue.
She's not there. The statue's just there.
Damn it.
There's no strange tied up lady.
Alright, Varys contemplates touching the statue again, but decides not to.
I'll move you guys outside, or you can step out, and it's kind of like early afternoon. Step back out onto East Haven streets, in the town hall. The Cauldron's safe, and we'll wrap up tonight's session here. It's a good spot to leave it. Might have to think about what your next course of action is now. You've got a couple of days before you need the diamonds, so might want to head over to one of the other towns. You might have a rumor or 2, or 8, or 10. In terms of a lead.
Before we left the town hall, could we, in the entranceway, have sat down and could I have ritual cast Identify to identify the scroll in the bag?
Of course. You have the pearl, right?
I did. I bought the pearl with the
Cool.
money, so Mimi's broke again.
Alright, the spell scroll is a spell scroll of Fireball,
Nice.
which obviously is nice. Could be really nice at low levels to get you out of a pinch as well. You just need to be 5th level to cast that spell, or copy it. And the bag of tricks is a grey bag of tricks. It's an ordinary bag made from grey cloth. It appears empty, but reaching inside, there are some small fuzzy objects. And you can pull a fuzzy object from the bag, throw it 20 feet, and the fuzzy object transforms into a creature. You roll a 1d8 to determine what you get on these tables, and then they're like your companion. You do need to use your bonus action to actually command them in combat, but other than that, they're friendly towards you. They'll follow you around, help you out, and they're loads of fun. You can get a giant elk and you can throw it in like a narrow hallway, and then the elk will be stuck there forever. Plenty of fun.
Well, forever until next time.
Yeah.
Mimi would like to keep the scroll if that's okay, but once she's identified the bag of tricks, she has no interest in it.
I mean, that sounds super cool. Should definitely decide that in between sessions on who's gonna use that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has any reservations about the scroll. It's a wizard sort of thing.
Yeah, but I could sell it. Someone might give me 10 gold for it.
Oh yeah.
Think of all the meat hunk you could get for that scroll.
Could be used as a party loot thing as well. Then yeah, you got the bag of tricks. You guys can roll for it if you want, if you just want to determine it randomly, or think of who kind of doesn't have a good bonus action to use.
Yeah, Jiris doesn't want it.
Yeah, I'm probably good on that, but we have a few people missing here, so we'll talk about it in the chat
Yeah.
sessions, I think.
Someone else
Yeah.
might want it that's not here too.
Tell him we killed an ogre to get it for him. Christmas present.
Alrighty, so we'll wrap it up here with you guys just leaving the town hall and see what comes about next time.
Awesome.
All right, thanks everybody. Everybody have a good holidays.
Yeah.
You too.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks very much. Everyone have fun, take care, and I'll see